B-list actress Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, are not going to be pleased.
In this high-profile legal showdown, actor-director Justin Baldoni has taken on Hollywood stars Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds in a defamation lawsuit that is set to become one of the most publicized legal battles in the industry.
When they find this out.
To me, this does not help Blake Lively's case at all.
Spare?
Baldoni has dismissed the option of a quiet settlement, insisting on a fully public trial where his legal team plans to unveil a trove of evidence, including admissions and internal documents, that allegedly demonstrate aggressive and bullying tactics employed by Blake Lively.
No expense. We are not going to be intimidated into settling.
The case centers on serious allegations of harassment and defamation, with Baldoni contending that Lively misused her influence and PR resources to commandeer a movie project, thereby damaging his reputation and professional prospects.
With fire, and now she got burned. This isn't going to end well for you, Blake. Sorry.
Although Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds possess significant financial resources, Baldoni's fight is bolstered by the backing of billionaire Steve Sarowitz, co-founder of his production company, which effectively levels the playing field. The stakes are extraordinarily high, as the outcome of the trial could not only restore Baldoni's tarnished reputation, but also precipitate a dramatic downturn in the careers and business ventures of the A-list celebrities involved.
On Blake Lively's claims that she was allegedly harassed by this guy when they shot the movie, It Ends With Us, a film about domestic violence.
In his legal strategy, Justin Baldoni has firmly rejected any notion of a quiet settlement, opting instead to bring the full scope of his evidence into the public spotlight. His legal team is meticulously assembling a comprehensive case that includes admissions, internal documents, and other records intended to expose the alleged aggressive tactics employed by Blake Lively to commandeer a movie project.
And was Justin didn't harass Blake. Blake was interested in wresting control of this movie away from Justin, who was the director and the producer. She was just...
By refusing pretrial mediation or any discreet negotiations, Baldoni is emphasizing his determination to confront the defamation and harassment claims directly in court. This bold approach is designed not only to clear his name, but also to challenge the prevailing narrative, ensuring that every piece of evidence is laid bare for public scrutiny and judicial evaluation. In addition to the courtroom battle, the lawsuit has unleashed a wave of financial and career repercussions that are beginning to upend the established fortunes of the involved parties. The suit, which demands at least $400 million in damages for defamation and lost future income, poses a severe threat to Blake Lively's and Ryan Reynolds' financial and professional stability. Already, Blake's once thriving hair care line is suffering from consumer boycotts, with major retailers reportedly pulling her products off shelves, signaling a broader collapse in brand credibility. This financial strain extends into their high-profile endorsement deals, as companies are increasingly reluctant to associate with negative publicity. Furthermore, the fallout has even forced industry giants like Disney to step in, pressuring Reynolds to alter his on-screen persona following allegations of on-set bullying. Overall, the lawsuit is not just a legal contest but a harbinger of potential career and financial ruin, as both sides brace for what promises to be one of Hollywood's most consequential legal showdowns. In this battle, reputations are on the line as much as legal claims, with both sides facing the prospect of long-lasting damage that extends beyond the courtroom. For Justin Baldoni, the fight is about more than just legal vindication. It's a bid to restore his standing in an industry where being tainted by harassment allegations can be a career death sentence. Having been dropped from his talent agency, Baldoni's struggle reflects a broader industry intolerance for such behavior, a stance that could set a new precedent for accountability in Hollywood. On the other hand, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are grappling with the fallout of their public dispute, as their ongoing legal challenges and the accompanying negative publicity threaten to undermine their lucrative endorsement deals and long-standing brand partnerships. As the case unfolds, it is clear that the outcome will not only redefine the personal fortunes of those involved, but could also reshape industry norms around how misconduct allegations are handled in the spotlight of celebrity culture. In this final phase, the reverberations of the lawsuit are poised to extend far beyond the courtroom, signaling a potential paradigm shift in Hollywood's approach to high-profile disputes. The intense media scrutiny and public debate surrounding the case underscore its role as a harbinger for increased accountability within an industry where reputation is paramount. With Justin Baldoni's relentless pursuit of transparency challenging the traditional practice of quiet settlements, the outcome could force a fundamental reevaluation of how allegations of harassment and defamation are managed in the entertainment world. A ruling in Baldoni's favor might not only vindicate his claims, but also establish a precedent that compels stricter industry standards and alters future contractual and public relations strategies. Conversely, a settlement that favors Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds could reinforce a culture of behind-the-scenes resolutions, perpetuating the status quo of discreet dispute management. Ultimately, the trial's outcome is expected to leave an indelible mark on Hollywood, reshaping both legal practices and the broader public perception of celebrity accountability. Looking toward the future, the ramifications of this case extend far beyond the courtroom and promise to reshape the very fabric of Hollywood's legal and cultural landscape. The trial, set for March 2026, is more than just a legal dispute. It represents a potential watershed moment for how high-profile allegations of harassment and defamation are addressed in an industry steeped in tradition and discretion. As the public and industry insiders watch closely, the outcome is expected to redefine the balance of power between A-list celebrities and those who challenge their narratives. If Justin Baldoni's strategy of exposing detailed evidence, including admissions, internal documents, and other records, prevails, it will send a resounding message that even the most powerful figures in Hollywood are not immune to accountability. This could force studios, talent agencies, and public relations teams to overhaul their crisis management strategies, moving away from secretive settlements toward a new era of transparency and ethical conduct. In contrast, should the case conclude with a discreet settlement or a ruling that reinforces established practices, it could perpetuate the status quo where celebrity clout and financial might continue to overshadow accountability. Such an outcome might discourage other industry professionals from coming forward with their claims, knowing that silence and behind-the-scenes resolutions remain the norm. The decision will not only impact the reputations and careers of the individuals directly involved, but also influence broader industry practices, potentially stifling efforts to address misconduct in a systematic and public manner. Ultimately, this case stands as a pivotal moment with the power to transform Hollywood's approach to legal disputes. Its impact could redefine contractual negotiations, reshape public relations strategies, and alter the way reputational risks are managed across the board. As the legal battle unfolds, it forces a broader reflection on the values of transparency and justice in an industry where public perception is everything, marking the potential beginning of a long overdue cultural shift in the handling of high-profile controversies. Beyond the courtroom and financial stakes, this case has ignited a broader cultural conversation about accountability, power, and reputation in Hollywood. As the legal battle unfolds, it is not merely a dispute over defamation and harassment claims, but a flashpoint for the public debate on how allegations against high-profile figures are treated in an era demanding transparency. Social media platforms and entertainment critics alike are dissecting every development, with many viewing the trial as emblematic of a shifting paradigm where the once insulated world of A-list celebrities is increasingly exposed to public scrutiny. The narrative has sparked discussions on whether long-standing industry practices, such as discreet settlements and aggressive public relations maneuvers, are outdated in an age where audiences insist on ethical conduct and visible accountability. This heightened awareness is prompting a critical re-examination of how power dynamics operate within the entertainment industry, potentially heralding a future where reputational damage and public backlash serve as effective deterrents against misconduct. The unfolding drama, amplified by media coverage and viral online commentary, not only challenges traditional notions of celebrity protection, but also emboldens others to speak out, reinforcing the idea that no one is above scrutiny. In this context, the case transcends its legal origins to become a cultural milestone, signaling a potential redefinition of celebrity influence and reshaping public expectations of justice and integrity in Hollywood and beyond. In the midst of the legal drama, corporate giants and studios have begun to assert their influence, adding another complex layer to the unfolding saga. Major players like Disney are not standing idly by. They are actively intervening in response to the dispute's potential impact on their brands and business interests. Allegations that Ryan Reynolds made disparaging remarks about Justin Baldoni during the production of Deadpool 3 have reportedly prompted Disney to demand that he either soften his on-screen persona or risk being sidelined from the franchise entirely. This move underscores a growing trend where studios are increasingly unwilling to tolerate behavior that could jeopardize their carefully managed images and lucrative endorsement deals. As these corporate pressures intensify, they highlight a broader industry shift where reputational management extends far beyond individual legal battles. Studios and sponsors are now quick to distance themselves from controversies, signaling to the industry that ethical conduct and public accountability are paramount. This intervention by major corporations not only amplifies the stakes for the celebrities involved, but also sets a precedent that could reshape how future disputes are handled, with financial and brand considerations playing a decisive role in the resolution of high-profile legal conflicts. In the final analysis, the ramifications of this legal battle extend far beyond the courtroom, promising to reshape both personal trajectories and the broader framework of Hollywood's culture. As the dust settles on what has become a monumental dispute, the outcome is expected to serve as a powerful precedent in the industry, one that could redefine the norms around accountability, reputation, and the handling of harassment and defamation claims. A favorable ruling for Justin Baldoni might not only restore his professional standing, but also compel studios, talent agencies, and public relations teams to reconsider their long-standing practices of discreet settlements in favor of greater transparency and ethical rigor. On the other hand, if Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds manage to navigate the fallout with a settlement or a ruling that upholds traditional methods, it could reinforce a culture where celebrity status and financial resources insulate figures from full accountability, perpetuating a cycle of behind-the-scenes resolutions that sidestep public scrutiny. Ultimately, this case stands as a pivotal moment that could force an industry-wide re-examination of power dynamics, contractual obligations, and reputational risks, reshaping the very essence of celebrity culture in Hollywood for years to come. In wrapping up this multifaceted saga, the case stands as a potent symbol of the shifting dynamics within Hollywood, where legal battles are no longer confined to the courtroom but echo across every facet of celebrity culture and corporate strategy. As the trial progresses toward its inevitable climax, the stakes extend far beyond the reputations of the individuals involved, challenging long-held norms of secrecy and behind-the-scenes settlements. This legal confrontation underscores a growing demand for transparency, ethical accountability, and a reevaluation of power structures that have long shielded high-profile figures from public scrutiny. Ultimately, the outcome of this landmark case is poised to leave an indelible mark on the industry, potentially ushering in a new era where justice and integrity take precedence over financial clout and celebrity influence, redefining the very fabric of how disputes are resolved in the entertainment world.